Yeah, Stacy and Ben, this neighborhood isn't too far from Merle Hay Road, actually, and there are several wooded areas throughout the neighborhood, including this one where neighbors tell us is city-owned. And it's in these wooded areas that neighbors see these coyotes come out and get a little too close to people and pets. This is Striker, a 5-pound Yorkie who lived with his humans in Urbandale for years until 3 years ago.
We found him about a half hour later when the sun came up, and he had been attacked and killed by a coyote.
Following Striker's death, Mark Reed says he went door to door to make his neighbors aware of the coyotes, which is how he met Dusty Brown, who's lived in the Northeast Urbandale neighborhood her entire life with dogs.
We really don't take them outside our yards after about 5 o'clock. By the time 7 o'clock hits, we don't go outside at all.
Brown says in the last few years, coyotes have killed 2 dogs in the neighborhood. Coyotes like the one in this photo taken in her backyard.
Hi there, coyote.
Or this one taken a year prior, also in Urbandale, are becoming more common.
We've been getting more reports from them in urban settings.
With Urbandale City Council approval Tuesday night, Iowa DNR wildlife biologist Andy Kellner and the city will work together on a coyote management plan.
There's leash ordinances. Let's keep your pets safe. Let's keep them supervised if they're going out at night.
Kellner says part of the plan involves educating the public, warning them of what attracts coyotes, like bird or pet food left outside. Another part is making sure people know what steps the city will take if they report a coyote problem.
If there's a coyote that does need to be removed, let's say it's escalated too far, the sign is going to let people know of that activity going on as well.
Kellner says the coyotes will be removed if needed, but people should remember coyotes aren't bad creatures.
They're kind of defending that territory from other coyotes that may move in.
I think this program is definitely proactive, and that's a measure they should have took a couple years ago.
But Brown says reactive measures may now be needed. Brown and Reitz don't want the coyotes to be killed.
Back here is the Bickford House, and that's a facility for people with dementia and elderly.
They just want everyone, people and pets, to be kept safe. And Kellner says the city will now direct their staff on how to take these steps. Urbandale police will continue to log reports like they do now, and they'll have a system that will work with them. If there's an attack or a high number of incidents, the city will post info on the Nextdoor app or let people in the neighborhood know. And if there's need of a trapping, police and the Parks Department will notify people in the neighborhood as well as get the right agencies out here. Live in Urbandale, Kayla James, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.